Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Anderson at the Anderson Center for Hair, and we're here with Steve Hightower. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Today we're going to talk about Steve's hair loss, how it affected him, what he did about it, his experiences with us at the Anderson Center for Hair, and we're also going to reveal his before picture and compare it to reality. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been doing hair for 36 years in Atlanta and Buckhead. I've owned my own salon for 34 years in the location I'm at now. I've been there 27 years. I specialize in fine thinning hair and coloring of hair. I'm all into the hair.
So tell me, how long had you been experiencing hair loss before you give us a call?
I'd been experiencing hair loss for probably about 5 years before I gave you a call.
Okay.
And just noticed it getting worse. And then since I do hair every day and I do specialize in fine thinning hair, I thought I've got to do something. And so I gave you the call.
What motivated you to look into a solution for your hair loss?
I do some modeling and on the side, and I was watching a commercial that I had done, and it was an eye drop commercial. And when I tilted back in the commercial, I saw all the thinness and was a little freaked.
Yeah.
Literally called you the next day.
Yeah, that can be very stressful. I've had a lot of patients over the past 23 years talk to me about their aha moment, whether it be, sometimes it's at the security cameras at Walmart. They'll see the camera and they'll be looking up and the camera's coming from behind. They'll see some hair loss they didn't know they had, or in photos from the lake, or there's typically a moment when patients realize it's an issue they want to address. How did your hair loss affect your daily life or your self-confidence?
With me, it didn't really. I just noticed as I got older that I couldn't style it the way I was always styling it. And I've always worn more fashion, trendy cuts, and I was realizing I couldn't do those as easy as I once could. And I just took it, well, this is life. I'm getting older. But then, like I said, when I tilted back, and it was an eye drop commercial.
Yeah.
So when I tilted back, putting the eye drop in and that camera hit the back of my head, I'm like, okay, time to do something.
Do you remember your initial consultation with me, what it was like at that first meeting?
I do.
Tell me about that.
I came in excited because I'm one to want it then and not wait. I came in and y'all talked to me. I remember calling you after seeing the commercial, calling you and saying, I need to see you immediately. And they got me in. Came in and talked to me and took pictures and showed me what they could do, gave me different options of what I could do, and went over the cost factor. Everything about it, I felt very comfortable, and I said, book it, and we did it. And
that
it
we
was
did.
Totally easy. It was not painful at all.
Yeah, I was going to ask you next about your surgery day. A lot of people, every morning that I come in and do surgery, they're nervous. I ask everybody, how did you sleep last night? And most times I didn't really sleep well. But by the end of the day, patients are almost universally surprised at what a non-event it is. So along those lines, what was your day like?
My day was so easy. I was excited to get it done. I was not nervous. So we drove up from Atlanta and got here, and y'all talked me through everything that was going to take place and started the process. Then we had lunch and we finished up, I think, around 4 o'clock.
Yep.
And I went home and slept in a recliner and was totally fine. And to your surprise, and to most people, I worked the next day.
Oh, that's right. Steven, we went to work the next day.
And most people don't. I saw no reason to sit at home, and I am in a hair salon. And I just thought, my ladies, I've seen them every way possible, and they can see me. I don't care. It is what it is. So I put the bag on, I put a surgical cap on, I went to work and posted a photo, and I remember you actually called me and said, are you really at work?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. So I worked the whole day. I mean, my head hurt a little bit, but I took Tylenol. It was no big issue at all. And so then I just continued shampooing every day with the baby shampoo as you recommended.
Yep.
until I could fully get in there and use my own shampoo, and it was easy breezy.
So on the day of your procedure, was there anything that stood out to you? Were you expecting one thing and maybe it didn't, maybe a pleasant surprise or something? What stood out to you from your memory in terms of the surgery day or any aspects of the procedure?
It wasn't at all what I expected.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
I was expecting it to be a lot more than what it was.
Yeah.
It was very easy. It was relaxing. Your chair was extremely comfortable. Then watching a movie and stopping and eating lunch, and I didn't expect any of that. I thought I was going to be totally knocked out and non-functionable and was going to be in a lot of pain. There was no pain really at all, and so I was just surprised that it was as easy as it was. Well, it was great the way you called and checked on me. Not only did Ken call and check on me, his staff did, and it's been several months since I had a transplant now, my last one, and literally last week, I don't even know if you know it, one of your surgeons called and checked on me to see how my hair was.
Good.
And that was last week.
Next, we're going to talk about your results. Got a little surprise here. Check it out.
Wow. What?
Do you remember this guy?
I don't really know what to say. That to me, barely. I barely remember that.
Yeah, these are Steve's pre-operative photos before we did the procedure to the frontal hairline, and yeah, it's patients. It's a pretty dramatic difference, and
damn it. I don't know why that's kind of emotional, but it's like, thank you.
You got it, brother.
Thank you.
You got it, man. And that's.
And I know that's crazy, but when you're in an industry that I'm in a beauty industry, you are judged every day by how we look. And everybody expects us to look a certain way. And when you are doing a job like I do of preaching fine and thinning hair, helping women and men, and you have it yourself, and then it's taken care of, and then you go back and you see that was like, damn, what was I thinking? It's like, I should have done it a long time ago. So thank you. Thank your staff.
You got it, man.
Very much. I was not expecting to get emotional.
Well, that's you know what? It's the highlight of my career when I'm fumbling my words now. The ability and gift of being able to give someone back their hair and change their life in a positive way is just astounding, and I love it, and it's a reason why I put on my shoes and come to work every day.
I now know how I haven't had a man to get upset or emotional, but I've had so many women when I will put, temporary hair in, a wig piece or whatever, because I deal with a lot of cancer patients also. And then people with fine hair, when I give them back their hair and knowing that it's not a transplant, but I'm still making them look good and feel good, and they get emotional, I now understand that feeling more than I have ever in my career. I now understand when they shed those tears and look in the mirror and see a new them, their old self. It's like, and
life-changing.
Yeah. It really is.
I'm really happy for you, man.
Thank you.
I really am. And yeah, that's it can really be literally life-changing. And what Steve just said about I wish he'd done it earlier. I hear that so often because there's one thing that you don't want to forget. Once the transplant's done, once you build up the courage and get the transplant, it takes about a year for the full transplant results to grow in.
And every month after you get a transplant, you're there in that mirror going, I think I see something. I think I said, knowing we don't, but it's like we're still looking, thinking we do. And the clients that come in from transplants with you, it might be 2 months afterward, and they're saying, Steve, I think I see new growth. Do you see it? And it's like, was like, well, it's going to take some time to get in there. You
Yeah.
know, I'm talking from experience. It's going to take you a year to get this to fill in. And then they see it, you know, 8, 9 months later.
Yeah, so what have your clients been saying? Did most of them notice?
Most of them did not notice right at first
Yeah.
because, you know, it gradually comes in. And
Yeah.
then they start saying, Steve, your hair looks so much thicker. It looks much fuller. I tell everyone, because being in the beauty industry, it's that stigma. It's just
Yeah.
like, I want it to go away. And there's so many stigmas in the beauty industry. And so I wanted this hair transplant of looking like the rows of corn
Yeah.
to go away
Right.
because more people can benefit. And I see my self-confidence. I'm no longer looking in the mirror and putting talc powders and everything in the mirror and covering it up, or in the hairline. No longer doing any of that. And I just see it's made my life easier, and it can make other people's life easier. So I'm constantly educating and telling everyone, just go and have a consultation.
What advice would you give to someone who has hair loss and thinking about doing something about it?
My advice to them is to, one, come and talk to you or your staff. Come and talk to someone about it to see what's the cause. There's many tests that you can do to see, you know, where they're dihydrotestosterone, DHT, pretty much the cause, correct?
For male pattern hair loss, yeah, it's actually a genetic sensitivity to DHT. Everyone has DHT. Only some people have the genetics whereby their hair thins in response to normal levels of DHT. But yeah, so it's a sensitivity to the hormone.
So many people will just put it off so long, and it's like, well, I know it's expensive. I said, look, you know, you're worth it. Go in and talk to them and see, and then they're going to tell you, you might could do it now. You may do it 2 years from now, but it's always someone just come talk to you.
Well, the cosmetic results of a hair transplant surgery will be best when we're starting with the most amount of hair.
Yeah.
And so some people are under the impression they're going to come into Anderson Center for Hair and they're going to be, you know, it's going to be a hard sell about having a surgery right away. There are many centers out there that take that philosophy and that they're all about generating profits and they want it right now. We're not a national chain. This is my practice, and the way we do it here is like old school medicine. It's mainly about educating patients about what hair loss is and what they can do about it to stop it. And then we talk about the non-surgical ways to correct it in patients who are candidates for that route. And then kind of as a last resort, we talk about surgery. And so to patients who are having thinning hair out there, it's important to remember that hair restoration surgery it does not involve anywhere. It doesn't involve a creation of new follicles. We're moving around remaining hair. And so the more hair you have remaining, the better your final result is going to be.
My final thought and words to anyone that is experiencing thinning hair is don't give up. There's always help. Many things that Ken can do. So, and it's like, just come and talk to Ken, his staff, but don't give up, and just know that there's help.
Appreciate you, bud.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We've been spending time with Steve Hightower. My name is Dr. Ken Anderson at the Anderson Center for Hair. Thanks for watching.
Let's do one more exit.
Yep.
So if you'll...
Please like and subscribe.
Oh, don't say that.